This is the one and only TQuest. You're tuned into the TQuest show with DJ El Nino.
The TQuest show with DJ El Nino. Relatable, informative, yet entertaining. If you think you can handle being a guest on the show, contact us today. We've interviewed independent artists to mainstream, regular folk to celebrities. You never know who's going to be our special guest, and one day it may just be you. Follow us on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM and DJ El Nino. El Nino. El Nino.
That's right, everybody. It's your girl TQuest. You're tuned to the TQuest show with DJ El Nino. Relatable, informative, yet entertaining. Shout out to our listeners out there, new and old. Everyone knows that we appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't already, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at the TQuest Show, at TQuestGLM, at DJ El Nino, and make sure you download that TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store for free. Make sure you sign up for our mailing list on GodLoveMeWorld.com, where you can find God Love Me Radio and WQRB, home of the music and conversations that you want to hear. GLM Designs here to cater to all your graphic needs. GLM merch, because in my opinion, it is hoodie season all year round. GLM Voice, because I am the voice goddess. And just know that we're here for each and every one of you. And if you ever need us to flex on them out there, all I want to know is GLM, what up?
Hey you, me? Yes, you. What up? Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Hell yeah! GLM Designs can help you with just that. Word? From laptop skins? You lying! Promotional flyers. Yo, son! Promo videos. I need that. OBS Twitch overlays and backgrounds. Hey, yo, let me get that. Professional one sheets and so much more.
Oh my god.
Please visit our website.
I want it right now.
GodLoveMeWorld.com today to check out our designs.
Got it.
Follow us on social media at Gotta Love Me World.
Follow it.
GLM Designs are here to take care of all your graphic needs.
And you guys know I cannot do this on my partner in greatness, ladies and gentlemen, DJ El Nino. Nino.
Yeah, what up, dog?
Nino.
I said, come on now.
What?
I
Something
mean, I gotta do it a little bit. I can do that, you know what I'm saying? I just don't want
saying, like, I
you
can
know.
do beatboxing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm about that life.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let you get that. I don't want to, outshine the, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for checking in. Appreciate you. Shout out to DJ Shy.
Shy,
in
what
the
up?
building as well. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, but before we start, mental check. Make sure everyone is okay. Make sure everyone is good. You know, because at the end of the day, nobody's life is perfect. Ours is close. And, you know, you may be having some moments or something. So I just want to make sure everybody's good. Sending love and positivity out there from us to you. And speaking of mental check, I got to check on you. How are you?
I'm great. You know I'm great.
Oh, this is definitely true. This
You
is
know what I'm
definitely
saying?
true.
You know I'm
Absolutely.
great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I have zero issues, so. So
And you better not. Let me stop.
I have zero issues. I'm doing fine.
That's beautiful. So I just want to jump right into today's show. If you are watching live, we appreciate you guys. If you just share the show, it's free to do that, right?
Thanks.
And if you are tuning in on a radio station,
You know what? Let me share the show. How about that?
thank you. If you're tuned in on a radio station or a streaming platform and you want to actually see the greatness, all you gotta do is go to youtube.com/TQuestGLM and you can see these beautiful faces, okay? Now, today we do have a guest on the show. And he has his own wonderful brand. There's a lot of moving parts, so I think it's just best to bring him on and talk about all his greatness he has going on and what's to come up. So without further ado, here we go.
Peace and blessings. How you doing this evening?
What up, dog?
Great, how are you?
I'm blessed. I'm here on the TQuest show. So everybody watching, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, and be ready for greatness, because greatness doesn't happen when we want it to. It happens on God's time, and we thank you for being here with us tonight. That's the
That
bomb
was
drop.
great. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You know who you remind me of? With you bopping right there.
What's
There
that?
used to be a television show. I'm not sure which one, but when the guests were up there and they didn't want them to hear nothing, they have the headphones on. They got the music, and they always paying it to them in the back, and they be jamming it. That's what you look like right now. But at the same time, you look so happy and you look so excited, and I love that. You know, because like I said earlier, a lot of people are going through a lot of things. So when we can see people and they're smiling in that moment, that's what it's all about, that moment. So won't you tell the people who you are and where are you located?
All right, for everybody watching, my name is Karev. I'm from New Jersey, so shout out to the Garden State. Who I am? Oh, thank you, sir. Garden State represent. Who I am a child of God first, who believes that faith is the road that we travel in life that leads us to our rewards. So for me, I have a platform called Heritage Hip Hop, and it reflects who I am because I believe in celebrating the person who works hard, who does not get recognition. I am a teacher by trade, so I talk very well, and I'm a person who believes in the best comes to those who earn it and respect life. Because there's people who get blessings that you feel is not fair, that you haven't gotten, but we don't know what it took for them to get it or what comes behind the deals that they've made. So I believe we put God first, family second, and always put faith first with God, and it leads us to our great rewards.
All right. Amen. I love that. I love that. I really do. So I want to really talk. First, I want to start off with your brand, Heritage Hip Hop. You guys know that myself are part of the Worldwide Fleet DJs, and we're such a huge conglomerate that everyone do their thing. And we've always seen the logo, we always see the flyers, we always see the promos. See what I'm saying? But for a lot of people who have not taken the time to network or have that conversation with you, why don't you explain it to the listeners? What exactly is Heritage Hip Hop?
All right. So that comes from my origin story. So I was working at a college. The college was getting sold, and one of my good people, shout out to Stan Layens, he came up with something where he said, "What would you do if you lost your job? The economy's going to go down. What are you going to do?" And I said, my dream was always to work with Ralph McDaniels. So I want to do something hip hop related where we can connect people to the people in the hip hop culture, right? So as time went on, I started realizing that people in New Jersey, especially in our hip hop culture, were dying, and people weren't giving them homage or respect. So on the memory of two people I had the pleasure to meet and get to know and have relationships with, shout out to Big Snuff, RP, and shout out to Govmatic, RP. Heritage Hip Hop came to be as a hip hop reading place, but it turned into a podcast that wanted to document the history of New Jersey hip hop and connect pieces to our culture while documenting it and supporting those from my Garden State family who either do not get the push or don't know how to move forward with their talents and skill set. So I wanted to make a platform that not only told our story, celebrated our current heroes, but also be a foundational piece of how people can grow, understanding who we are as a people, our God and culture, how to take their hobby or dream to the next level and be lucrative.
Wow. Okay. Now, you're saying that people wasn't paying homage to fallen soldiers of New Jersey?
Yes.
Did you recognize those names, DJ Nino?
Second name I recognized. I didn't recognize the first one at all. You know what I mean? But I haven't been in Jersey in 10, 15 years. So you know what I'm saying?
Now let me ask you this, because a lot of people put on for their city, they put on for their state, which is a beautiful thing. But once you start doing that, do you feel like it's worth it, and are people in your city or state appreciating what you're doing for the culture in that area?
I'm 50-50 on that one because is it worth it? Yes. Because the smiles, the music, the opportunity to share, that's community. And that's something that people of color in this country have had taken from us for centuries. It's the sense of community. So if music is one of the things that connect us to God's nature, which is free expression, glory, praise, and worship, no matter how you use it, then yes, it's worth it to see people's artistry come forward to lead to new ideas and new creativity. Now, do I feel appreciated? Sometimes yes, and sometimes no. The yes I do when I see people genuinely get heard in their response. I just had an artist shed tears to me over this past weekend because I was able to break his song on the radio, and he said all I wanted to do was be heard. Now where he goes from that, that's on him, but that means something. But there's times when I like give awards and things like that, and I see people not talk about it or not post it or not even say that they won something. That's when I feel unappreciated, because to put something together that's your own and to give it to someone, and it's not even how you feel, it should be looked at. That could be a gut check on me, but it also could be a do you really appreciate what this thing that's been done too?
I think a lot of people don't understand the value, right? Because at the end of the day, what we do, we don't have to. We don't have to give them our time. You know, we don't have to have a conversation with them. You don't have to give them an award. Some people feel like only the quote unquote society's big awards, you know, like the Grammys, Oscars, are the only ones that matter. Like, no, the moment that someone say, I see you, I appreciate you, I respect what you're doing, that alone is a beautiful thing, but a lot of people don't realize that.
That's a fact. Because unfortunately, due to post-traumatic slave syndrome, especially the melanated people, to not be number one means you're in the crowd. But the sad part is a lot of people want to be number one, but they don't want to carry the responsibilities of being on such a high level. So, like I said, everybody doesn't want the attention, but everybody wants the spotlight. But the spotlight comes with attention. And that's something that all of us have to deal with in life at some time, especially artists.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what's like one of the biggest highlights, you know what I mean, that you have been able to achieve since you started your movement?
How many you want?
Let's go ahead, man. We'll let you know when it's long.
All right. I met Redman last weekend. That was a highlight.
Okay.
I got to kick it with Do It All of Lords of the Underground. I got to kick it with my favorite New Jersey group of all time, the Artifacts. Rest in peace, Tame One. I met Tretch. I met Double O. I got to talk to DJ Yella from NWA. I got to talk to Razcast. Like, meeting those, and many more, but meeting those industry people, great highlight. Another highlight was meeting the independent artists, so many of them, because there's so many stories that need to be told, and hearing them is great. My first award show was a highlight. Meeting y'all is a highlight. Getting to meet Ralph McDaniels was a highlight. The most important interview I did on Heritage Hip Hop to this date so far was with one of my friends. She's the only person of color that's a coroner for Bergen County, New Jersey, and she works at Essex County. And she did some of those cases with DIFUS and the children dying. We talked about the respect of having a grandmother and what grandma can teach you. We talked about being a lady. As a man, I love those conversations because as a man, we take women for granted because we're logical and we do not accept their effeminate power of emotion. So where we lack emotion, we lack understanding. And that interview gave me a lot of understanding when it comes to her job, her femininity, and her outlook of life as well. Not to go too far off a topic, one of the best highlights of doing heritage hip hop is not about music at all. I have a show on heritage hip hop, or a part of it, that's called the Mic Council, where we talk about issues that affect the hip hop culture and community that people are scared to talk about. One of my favorite shows was how the black church has failed the black community. A lot of people don't want to talk about that, but it wasn't to bash the church. It was to talk about where does faith enter into hip hop, and why do we or do we not use it when it comes to our culture? And recently I just talked about reparations, and the conversations that come from that are the highlights to me, because people look down on our people and say that we are uneducated, we just listen to noise, all hip hop is sex, drugs, murder, misogyny, and a pale comparison of how our people were. But we have people in this culture who give a damn, part of my language, about our children, each other, love, community, economics, sobriety, and connecting to the higher power that gave us the opportunity to speak. So those conversations are the highlights for me, because nowadays anybody can have a video, anybody can nod their head, anybody can rhyme two words together, but not everybody's willing to stand on that soapbox and talk to the betterment of our people, and that's the highlights for me.
I like that. Now when we all start something, you know what I mean, we have a vision, you know what I mean? How has your vision diverged from you initially started, or are you still on the same vision that you had, you know, when you initially started this piece?
The only thing that changed is that I just produce a show now. I always want to connect with the community. It's not always about music, but I always wanted to I want to be remembered as somebody who did something for the community and the people. So no, it hasn't changed at all. I'm still on my path to still building the foundation of something that I pray lives on for many years after I'm gone.
My thing is, there are a lot of topics that some people are afraid to talk about, and there's multiple reasons why. Like, I can only speak for myself personally. There's certain topics I don't touch because a lot of people can't handle opinions. It's like, if you don't agree with them, there's something wrong with you, or they're gonna try to shove their opinion down your throat, you know what I'm saying, and take forever to convince you that what they're saying is right. Not realizing an opinion is an opinion. We can agree to disagree. We just gotta respect one another, and a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people don't know how to have a conversation. A lot of people are talking, but a lot of people don't want to listen. You know, and a lot of subjects are very sensitive to people, and sometimes you don't want to open that Pandora's box. That's why, like you did, you just created your own outlet to talk about the things that you want to talk about, and then have it open for people who want to discuss it with you, you know, because sometimes you have to create something that other people are not doing or afraid to do. And that's what it does when it comes to music too. Every genre, profession, groups of people, religion, they all have stereotypes, you know. So when it comes to hip hop, there's more red flags than green flags being put out there. But instead of complaining about it, it's all about what you're gonna do about it. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to the music, yes, the majority of it is about this, that, and the third. But at the same time, the ones that are not, Some of them not that great. And I don't want to play it because that's a good message. You still got to bring that heat with the beats, with the bars. So it's hard to find that dynamic of great music, great message that's breaking a stereotype. So I'll be happy to support it. And that's why I love platforms like ours and yours that give people a chance. Like, look, if you are different and if you are bringing that heat, we are here for you. But we're not going to beg you to be here. But the door is open.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about that, how having a platform what people want is available, but they still make it so difficult to be a part of it.
And which way do you want to talk about that? Because that's loaded. Like, what do you want to? How you want to tackle this?
Well, let's talk about what you said with the uncomfortable conversation, and how's that dynamic when it comes to having people on that show.
Okay, the Mic Council. No, I think just people are just scared to be individuals nowadays, and that's what hip hop was built on. Listen, for everybody who doesn't know, I'm gonna give you a history lesson. When I ask you what is college, you think about seats, a professor, and going to class. The original concept of college was two philosophers bringing their debate teams together. And what they did was converse, have a conversation, defend their points, break for a certain number of days, and come back and have discourse, a conversation about what they learned from each other and how their opinions have changed or have not. Conversation has been the backbone of society. Because, believe me, before you got that girlfriend or guy friend, fiance, wife, partner, whatever, you had to talk to them. First, you talk to the spirit within yourself to say, I want them. Then you had to introduce yourself. A lot of us in today's society have been taught not to bring yourself to the table, bring your representative, and hide behind a text or a call. Those days have to end, because when we lose the art of conversation, that shows me I can't trust you, your music, or what you stand for. For you never know a book if you don't know the artist or the person who wrote it, the author perchance. If I can't get to talk to you, I don't know your spirit and I don't know how you feel. So my platform in doing that gives people that free range if they're brave enough. Unfortunately, people want to seem hot or be hot, but they're not being truthful. And whether you like the truth or not, it's going to be there no matter what you think. Whether you believe in the truth or you don't, the truth always is the truth, and it stands on its own.
All right. Next. I know you got some more. You said it was different ones. You said it was different ones.
Oh, I mean, that's just the Mic Council. As far as interviews, I don't ask fluff questions. I mean, like I said, part of my language. I don't give a damn who your favorite rapper is. I don't care what your favorite food is. I don't care who you want to have sex with. That's not what hip hop is. I'm going to ask you about your album cover. I'm going to ask you about your bars. I'm going to ask you about what inspired you. I'm going to ask you about the things that come from your heart. So when people usually come on my show for an interview, they walk away with something. You always plant the seed, but you know, you can water it, but God gives it the increase, and I hope through conversations, people get something. So to get people to come on and have an interview with me, they got to be prepared. And when people do their research on me, some of them be like, I don't know, I got to get ready for you. And I'm like, yeah, you damn sure do, because I take you serious. So yes, I'm going to come with me.
Weird. I never understood the fact of really have to prepare to talk about yourself, but most people don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
It's interesting because, like, I've been a guest on the show, and it was an incredible experience. And I even told you, I prefer questions that make me think, you know, and allow me to step out of my comfort level, you know. So I love the dynamic of the show, and that's the same that we do on our show as well. But the thing is, everything in life is all about someone who did something and someone who followed. If it's trending, I'm gonna go with it, whether it's good or not. Like, I never understood the fact of that question, who's your top rappers, and who really cares? Like, I never understood the basic questions that everyone follows, but they only follow it because someone in their position did it. But I would never do anything like that. Because to be honest, I don't care who's your favorite rapper. Tell me about that rapper. If they are your favorite, tell me a real reason why. Something that really touched you personally. Like, you was going through something and you heard their message and you, like, give me something if I do ask you that question. But it's the fluff questions with the fluff answers. Everyone sounding the same. It's just that generic stuff makes me uncomfortable. But sometimes people just basic, and that's just who they are.
Trash. I said. Shout out to Chris Ward Jr. But look, let me say this. El Nino, you pick up on this if I'm telling a lie. If we relate it back to music, the DJ is one of the most important people in every culture that humanity has ever had. Do you agree?
At one point was.
No, it always is.
I'm not sure right now.
No, I'm sure. No, I'm sure. Because the DJ is so relevant that you got fake DJs. So no, they had to copycat the original to keep relevant. Think about it. The DJ was the original MC. So the first DJ most of us have ever met is the person who conducted your church choir if you went to church. Or your first DJ you may have ever met was your parent, because the music set the tone for you to clean your house. That car ride to school. The radio person played the music. Music has been integral in every part of our life. Whether the heartbeat in your mom's womb, the first song you ever kissed to somebody to, your first dance, or even the first song that you danced to at your wedding. Music is by far the essential fabric in the equation of life. So when it comes to not being able to talk from your heart about your sound or the rhythm of your life, that's a disease. And that's something that has to be quelled in our society. Because when we're force-fed beats, or we're force-fed what to feel, not only do we kill the heart, we're killing our spirits. So when people find it hard to have that conversation, that's the deeper emotional problem that we have to exercise. And being that we are the doctors of our community through beats, feeling, expression, and joy, that's why our flagships, that's why our thing is so important, because we're giving people that outlet for therapy. Remember, a whole person is healthy from mind, body, spirit, soul, and emotion. And when you're not in harmony, that's a music term, you're in dis-ease, which is a health term. So when your mind and your body is one and your sound is in harmony, that equals life. We're here to save y'all lives. So shout out to Dr. TQuest and Dr. El Nino on this platform, because we saving lives tonight. What's good?
Factual.
I like that. All right, he wanted to take that the eclectic way. You know what I'm saying? I actually took that on the surface. You know what I mean? Because real talk, on the surface level, DJ used to be the most important person in the game. You know what I mean? But now people can do their own thing. You know what I mean? And we come in the game later. You know what I mean? So I understand that. But now, since you want to take it that way, since you explained the DJ's method, what is the MC's method now in today's society? You know what I mean?
To lead the minds of the youth. That's why they want to implant negative imagery within our people. The MC, look, the DJ set the tone. The MC gave the message. The most important MC I ever heard in my life was God. No matter what God you listen to, when you hear that voice, it changes your life. Then you have people in your life whose voices mean something. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X. For me, Fannie Lou Hamer, Assata Shakur. You have so many, like Mr. Farrakhan. So many people who could change your life with a message. So the MC is to deliver the message while the DJ sets the tone or sets the spirit of the room. So that's their jobs.
So why do you think? Well, this is my personal opinion. You may not agree. Why do you think there's like no true like black leader now? You know what I mean? I personally don't think there's someone that I can personally think like back in the day. You could say, you know, Farrakhan, Kings, X. You can rattle them folks off. Right. Now, and even as me, I watch politics all the time. You know what I mean? I can't think of nobody that I would consider, you know, black leader.
Okay, so why is there no consensus black leader?
Yes, sir.
Because we don't consensually fight against the same enemy anymore.
That's facts.
We deal with more attacks on ourselves, but not on the cause of the attack. A lot of us blame, let's put it in another term. If we were all computers, we're all attacking the virus and not the person who planted the virus. So that's why there's no consensus because we have one part of the disease following us to destruction against another part of the disease that we're not handling or confronting. So when you have people or computers who will turn that program against itself and not for the betterment of the program, but just to help themselves, that greed is the reason why there's no leader. How did you feel when Reverend Al Sharpton admitted to being a snitch for the FBI? And then said, I didn't know I was doing, I was just giving them information. Duh. That's what a snitch is. Or you think about all these people in history who have said, oh yeah, we set up Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah, no doubt. And then nothing happens. The consensus part of it is, in the past, it was the white man who was the enemy. Now, the game has been so polluted with more affecting than following the cause that people are swinging blindly at what's in front of them but not going to the root of the problem. And I think that's the reason why there's not a consensus in that area.
You know what? I agree with that. That's real talk. I've actually thought a lot of those exact same sentiments. You know what I mean? Because even if I just take off consensus, I literally can't think of one. You know what I'm saying? Sharp is done. You know what I mean? Jesse, don't nobody pay attention to him anymore. You know what I mean? Farrakhan is marginalized. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
people have mixed feelings about Umar.
Facts. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I wonder why some folks don't understand that and decide to take matters. I ain't gonna say never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Somebody let me not say that. But I understand you.
Well, let me say this before we continue. Let me say this one thing. J. Edgar Hoover said the number one threat to American society is black unity, and the FBI's job was to kill the black messiah. That's why you don't have a consensus to this day. I'm done.
Well, that was interesting because that was kind of what I was about to say. I was going to say there's some phenomenal leaders out there, but they're all not unifying, coming together. So everyone's just separate, just like with artists. They're all separate. Teams are separate. DJs are separate. I'm like, no, if we come together, we can have a bigger impact. But everyone wants to be the savior. And I'm like, no, it's okay for people to be Indians. Everyone does not have to be a chief, especially if you're all going after the common goal. You know, that's when different cities and states, they have, oh, this person's doing this and this person doing that. But who are we all looking at, recognizing and respecting United States wise or globally when it comes to our culture? There's no one in that position. And then when we had someone Some people are more focused on, well, you're not changing enough. We need you to do more. Okay? Like, no, I need you to fix this, that, and the third. And if you don't, you pretty much failed us. And I don't see it that way. Everyone can't change everything in a day. Just like in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? If you with someone and they came in broken, you cannot heal them in half a second with a kiss. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be realistic. And of course, you guys know I'm conversing about someone without saying the name, but if you're smart, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Wait, not that part of the relationship. I'm talking about the person how. You know what? Let me stop now because I don't want nobody thinking anything. Our relationship is perfect. But it's true.
We good.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about, you know. But yeah, it's sad. But my thing is, I'm on that team. I'm not complaining about nothing. I'm not angry about nothing. I'm just like, look, I'm doing my part and I'm leading by example. You know what I'm saying? And if more people do that, it would be, you know, much better place. TQuest for Black President.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
I'm just saying, because think about everybody you guys mentioned from back in the day that was like the black leader. There's all black men. We need a female leader. So here I am. No,
Let's go.
Now, Mr. Hip Hop. Who are your 5 hip noms? Who's your top 5?
You want that for real?
Did you really just do that? Did you really just do that? Let me ask this question. Who is somebody? This is a hip hop question. Who is somebody in hip hop that has literally changed the way that you think about things?
Ice Cube and Chuck D.
Wow, yeah, that's easy. That's an easy answer. I was going to ask, why did you pick those two? But you know what I'm saying. Explain it to somebody who may not know or may be too young to understand the impact that Chuck D and Ice Cube had on life.
My brother rose me up to be more militant minded. So I grew up reading black conspiracy books and stuff like that when I was in like 7th, 8th grade, right? Like the Egyptian Book of the Dead and the Bill the Pale Horse, elementary school for me. So my brother introduced me to Public Enemy. So when I was forming my hip hop opinion, Public Enemy was very influential in how I looked at myself. Tupac said Marvin Gaye used to sing to me that being black was the thing to be. When Chuck D rhymed, I felt powerful because it gave me perspective into pride. Where when I went to school, I went to Catholic school. All the fair-skinned people were saints. All the devils were dark-skinned. So when I asked questions like, do black people go to heaven? I was getting in trouble. When I learned about Saint Martin de Porres, who was the only black saint we learned, who's not from America, who was renamed translate to Saint Martin de Porres or the poor Saint Martin, and his miracle was making a cat, a rat, a dog eat out the same dish as a miracle. That miracle is called poverty, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. That was disgusting to me. So Chuck D was the powerful black male figure that I listened to. So that was very influential in my ear to seeing myself in a different light. Ice Cube was able to tell stories in the way I was able to understand things. So when I see him go from NWA to Islam to basically hip-hop mogul and writer, I could relate to that more through my love of comic books, stories, rhymes, and wanting to be expressive. Because when I was younger, I was taught not to talk. I was told, as a black man especially, whatever that happens to you, it's okay, just deal with it and move on, instead of dealing with the issue that was there. That's one thing I can say my family failed at, is grooming the men to be strong and powerful in their spots and their identities, rather than just existing and moving forward. So that's why those two mean so much to me.
Yeah. I gotta agree with that piece because Chuck D at peak Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying, was very, very influential. You know what I'm saying? Just the little things he said, dropped a little knowledge on folks who didn't know about Elvis, didn't know about the Hollywood piece. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of little gems that he used to put out in his music. So I damn sure respect it. Not the Flavor Flav. We ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Chuck D and Public Enemy was damn sure influential. You know what I'm saying? TQuest, talk to me.
So now, in present time, we are here. Everything is changing. Life is changing. The culture is changing. The new generation has pretty much taken over. The old generation's like, look, we're still alive. We coming through because clearly y'all not holding the reins strong enough. What are we doing now with hip hop, and what do you see happening in the future, in the next 5 to 10 years?
I see hip hop going into further media expansion because the music has been devalued. So people are giving away their music for free. So when we put the value back on the music, it's going to grow. So that's why we see more music being highlighted now in movies, video game commercials. Damn, they got hip hop and porn. I mean, like, it's everywhere. So at the end of the day, what you couple it to is going to bring its more value. Because isn't there a movie coming out right now with Hypnotize in the trailer? I forgot the name of the movie.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but
how old is Hypnotize? But it keeps the music relevant because you see something new with it. So as long as hip hop keeps expanding, it will go into a place where most media could never have gone before. So we're going to see hip hop with artificial intelligence. We're going to see hip hop with Bitcoining. We're going to. Hey, I got one for you. Shameless plug.
For me?
Look, no, I wish I did. Shit, man, you be rich, Nino. Nino, you be buying her a damn space house on the moon if we have Bitcoin right now. Well, look, I don't know if you can see this. This is a comic book. It's called Mr. Kumasi. This is drawn and written by a hip hop artist. So he took his love for hip hop and put it into a visual. So not only can you relate to the art or relate to the music, now there's something that you can physically feel and turn pages on that you can get. So like I said, shameless plug. If you want this, look up Drift, aka Kojo, Kojo, on Facebook and Instagram, and you can talk to him about getting his book. This is issue 3. But this is how hip hop is going to expand. It's going to expand by being tangible, not just audio. We have here's something. Like, I got stuff all over the place, y'all. I'm sorry. We got toys. We got Biggie Pops. We're gonna have a TQuest pop one day. Like,
tell them.
Like, that's the future of hip hop. Of course, it's gonna be music, but even in the hip hop industry, the music is only 10% of what it is. So the more we get tangible with it, that's going to be the future of it, in my opinion.
Yeah, that makes sense because music right now, physical music is like very small part of the listening experience. You know what I mean? A lot of people just stream it. Period. Not a lot of people actually, and when they buy it, man. I need them CDs to be back in this back popular. I made a lot of money on things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people now just dealing with the streaming stuff, and even when they buy stuff, they're not. And even when they buy stuff, they're buying something to be played on their devices, not the physical copies. You know what I'm saying? So.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I'm here for technology in evolving. I'm just not here for.
I tell you stuff everywhere.
I'm not here for the money being made per stream. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Because you can't even get a penny for a
Yeah,
stream.
it's not. It's no. Yeah, it's
You
not
know what I'm
money.
saying?
It
But
it's not real money.
it's
Facts.
not. But that's just telling an artist at the end of the day, the whole world is at your fingertips, literally on your phone. So you just gonna have to just do what you gotta do, and as soon as you get all your followers and listeners, every time you put out content, it's gonna be there. You just have to take the time out to build that foundation. And even though there's so many artists out here, there's enough in the pot for everyone. It's just all about how you maneuver and your marketing strategy to get your message out there, get your music out there, authors get your books out there. You know what I'm saying? Entrepreneurs get your name out there and your products. It's all just enough for everyone. It's just all about how you do it. And a lot of people fail to plan. They just think because social media is so fast that you just do whatever and whatever's going to happen, and then you're upset with the end result because you fail to realize some of the people that are successful in what you're doing, it's a lot of things they do behind the scenes that you are not aware of. You know, and that's the part where a lot of people are missing the mark because they don't know what's really happening. All you see is what you see on social media. But trust me, there's a whole lot happening before they click send on that post.
Facts. Yeah, facts. Yeah, this look all pretty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's facts. You know what I mean? And sometimes folks get it twisted because you make things look easy. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, this is easy as hell. Look at how you doing it. No, it's not. It's not really easy. You know what I'm saying? I just know how to do this. So it may look easy to you, but it is damn sure not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, start with the end in mind. There you go. There you go. I like that. All right.
So, with everything that you're doing,
Yes.
what's next for the people?
Me. That's it. You get more of me. I hate being on camera, but I'm going to be on camera a lot more. As far as heritage hip hop goes, I just ask for the love and support. So follow me on y'all social media. Go to my website, buy some merch. I got some stuff out, you know. But as far as me growing my brand, I started a new podcast on my platform called ANN and R&B. That's with Nika Ladine, shout out to her, singer, songwriter, she does things. DJ Big A, of the Fleet DJs, shout out to New Jersey. And Nas the Romantic. And what they talk about is life with the R&B twist. So I do hip hop. So I'm the one choosing you don't stop. They the ones that want to be happy and sing and lay you down with soft roses and stuff. Look, that's cool.
I'm here for
And
that.
that's what they do. Hey, y'all could tune into ANN on R&B Sundays at 8 p.m. and that's that. Besides me myself
Wait,
doing that
Where though? Where?
on YouTube, ANN and R&B, and the shows after the live is on heritagehiphop.com. Thank you very much. And as far as seeing me, I represent my team. So there's Heritage Hip Hop. There's the recap with the Goodfellas. You can watch that on YouTube as well. I'm a member of the Goodfellas team. I told you I got stuff everywhere. Here my folks right here. You know what I'm saying? That's Big A right there who's on A&N R&B. Shout out to Tommy Guns, Dav the photographer, and my man Sha Montana. So I'm all about building community. That's my team. I'm with them. I'm supported by A Squad Rebel Radio. You see me on there. Shout out to my peoples. He said what network? TQuest show. DJ El Nino and TQuest. My sister, my brother. We're gonna be out here making noise. See you when we see you. When we see you, it's gonna be great. So be great with us. And greatness takes time, and it happens in God's time. So be godly with us, and let's go. What else can we say? That's what's happening.
What was it?
Too much. I had to say it.
No. Like you said, you're just giving the people you.
That's it.
And you got to do that, you know? You
Yeah.
just take advantage of the time that you are given. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So,
Because I mean, you know, we talked about regrets. Lost opportunities is not something you can regret, but it's a mark that you can strive back for. I was supposed to be on the Steve Harvey show. And guess what happened? COVID. So I want to work myself back up to that mark to be able to talk to somebody who's influential about us, especially him. Because when you see him, he talks so down on our culture, and he doesn't understand that he's alienating our people and us. And I want to bridge those gaps. So, I mean, that's what I want people to look forward to. I want to be on Hot 97, 107.5. I want to be on Steve Harvey show. I want to kick it with Roland Martin one day. Those are my goals, my aspirations. Everybody wants to interview Jay-Z and Nas, so do I. But there's other people that I also would like to talk to who are giants when it comes to black media and putting our people in position to win, and I would love those opportunities. So please, if y'all believe in me and you like what you hear, support Heritage Hip Hop. Be a member of heritagehiphop.com and watch the interviews, share the interviews, and when it's time for me to come out and do things, I want to come to your town, city, and state. I travel. I just went to Florida and met a great artist, and I'm looking to go to South by Southwest, Cali. Hey, TQuest, NINO, let's get our money together. Let's do a show in Germany. Let's go to Dominican Republic. Let's go to Israel. We were never meant to be in one place. We are world citizens, and that's how God made us. So, I mean, hey, that's what I want. Y'all want that too?
Absolutely. And speaking of traveling, shout out to the show sponsor, Winnie's Escapes, where your dreams become your reality for all your traveling needs, self-cations, vacations, or just travel the world with your podcast friends. Make sure you contact Winnie's Escapes today.
See how that go?
I like it.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not? Definitely. Yeah, this has been real interesting because I had no idea where this was going to go. You know what I mean? So I went into this. I'm like, yeah, all right, let me see what he's going to do, what he's going to talk about today, and I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because not a lot of folks are actually brave enough to bring up topics with the dynamic that you bring. You know what I mean? So I damn sure respect that. You know what I mean? Keep doing what you do, and we damn sure have to collab on some things. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And definitely, a lot of people may answer a question, but once you challenge it, they cannot back it up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like that question, what you asking about the hip hop artists and their impact, or yeah, most people would have just said the name, but they would have not had a thorough explanation because most people just want the fluff.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, who are you and what do you really believe in? You know what I'm saying? Don't just read the teleprompter. If you believe it, you have to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, when we converse with a lot of people, I'm just like, I just feel like you had a media person just feeding you answers, and it's not really you. And then at the same time, if people feel a certain way, they need the media training so it can come out properly, because once it's out there, you can't take it back. So it's like this whole thing, but we definitely appreciate you being on the show and actually knowing what you're talking about, so we can have a mature, adult, intelligent conversation, because sometimes it doesn't happen often. And when it comes to conversing with people about the music culture, the hip-hop culture, we do not always want to just talk to artists about their music, because hip-hop is bigger than that, like you stated.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the part of the show where we just highlight you, and you're going to be talking to your new potential listeners and supporters. You can have a wow moment, words of wisdom, remind them who you are, where you're from, anything you want them to take away with you being on the show. Take your time, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Karev. I'm the CEO and owner of heritagehiphop.com. Heritage Hip Hop's belief is that hip hop is not just music. Hip hop is God within you. Our platform is about praising God through your talents. And I don't mean just Christian rap and things like that. I mean life music. So at the end of the day, hip hop is our culture. And since we are God's people, God's culture is hip hop. So Heritage Hip Hop is just that. We introduce you to your future favorite artists today while giving crowns to the veterans and exposing the truth to life to those who call themselves hip hop in the hip hop community. You could contact me at Heritage Hip Hop that you see right there, or visit heritagehiphop.com. I'm on all social medias. And by getting to know me, not only do you get insightful conversation, you also get someone who will invest in you as a person, not as an artist, as a person, to see the best come out of you. So if you need help with music, you need help with getting beats, you need help with helping ear to hear your stuff, you want clues or context or a business plan or proposition to help you work a single, work an album, or get visuals together, you could contact me, because at the end of the day, if we are who God says we are chosen as special, and you, the person who has that talent, needs to be treated as special, but yet be given the right amount of love and the right amount of what it takes to make you successful inside here before you give it to the world. So that's what Heritage Hip Hop is all about. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to be able to speak to you. And most importantly, remember this: if we're God's people and we are his heritage, then God's heritage is hip hop and we represent him. So make sure you celebrate God and yourself, and let's be great together. Peace.
What's today's mathematics? I was like,
I'm rusty with the mathematics, but today is the 24th. That's wisdom, understanding. Or is it? Woo, I don't know, man. Don't beat me down. I don't need that. I don't need that. Please, no. Shout out to the guys at Earths.
Absolutely. But yeah, we want to thank you, appreciate you taking the time out to be here on the show with us today. It was definitely incredible. And all the fact that people was in tune and they're like, he's really deep. I'm like, that's what it's all about. This moment is for not just us, but for the listeners and viewers as well, you know? So I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. And I'm glad and hope that you enjoyed it as well. And like Nino said, we're definitely going to stay in contact because we got work to do for the culture.
Yep.
So we're going to go around and start with you. Remind people how to follow you on social media. Then DJ Nino, and then the closing.
You want me to say it again?
Just the social media.
Heritage Hip Hop on everything.
I don't like that. There you go. Let me point to it. Wait a minute. Where my finger at? It's down there somewhere at DJ NINO on everything except the damn TikTok that I was late. Somebody got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but at DJ NINO on everything. That's it. I'm gonna keep it real simple today because you know what I mean. I'm hungry.
Okay, if that's what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do the same thing at TQuestGLM and at the TQuest Show. And speaking of the TQuest
The TQuest Show with DJ NINO. Relatable, informative, yet entertaining. If you think you can handle being a guest on the show, contact us today. We've interviewed independent artists to mainstream, regular folk to celebrities. You never know who's going to be our special guest, and one day it may just be you. Follow us on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM and DJ NINO.
Do you work too much? Constantly on the go? Miss hanging out with friends, family, or even yourself? Do you ever feel like you need an escape? Winnie's Escapes is here to help with just that. We specialize in family travel, autism travel, group trips, vacations, staycations, and more. So when you're ready for your next escape, make sure you contact us at winniesescapes.com. Follow us on social media at Winnie's Escapes as well. Winnie's Escapes, where your dreams become your reality. Hey you! Me? Yes, you! What are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Hell yeah! GLM Designs can help you with just that. Word? From laptop skins? You lying! Promotional flyers? Yo, son! Promo videos? I need that!
OBS Twitch overlays and backgrounds.
Hey, yo, let me get that.
Professional one sheets and so much more.
Oh my god.
Please visit our
I'm on it
website,
right now.
GottaLoveMeWorld.com,